welcome back. I'm now joined by Kurt, the man Lestan, and Billy, the Irishman O'Riordan. Today we will be discussing one of the more exciting decades in sports, the 1980s. Guys, there's always one moment in every decade that you remember sports-wise. Billy, what is your choice?
Hey, greatest moment of the decade. How about greatest moment of a generation? How about one of the greatest moments in American sports history? I'm, of course, talking about the Miracle on Ice, the 1980 men's hockey team over the Soviet Union. The ultimate underdog story. The Soviets had played together and won every gold medal since '64. The U.S. men's team just met each other the summer before. We all know how it ends. The men's team wins. Greatest call in the history of sports by Al Michaels. Do you believe in miracles? The ultimate moment of the decade.
Billy, I have to give it to you. That is probably the greatest team achievement in the history of all history of sports. Now, something that I think is comparable, 1986, an individualistic performance by Jack Nicklaus in the Masters, okay? Jack was 46 years old. No one expected him to contend. He didn't expect to contend. He had one of the greatest Sundays of Masters history. Shot in 85, finished eagle, birdie, birdie, won by a stroke over Tom Kite. One stroke over Greg Norman. He had probably one of the greatest performances in Masters history.
You know what would have made it greater? If he wasn't breaking his own records, and it would have been even better if he was maybe the oldest.
He hadn't won the Masters.
It was great.
He hadn't won in 10 years. He was on the twilight of his career, stepped up, got it done.
I'll still take the men's hockey team.
All right, I'm going with the men's hockey team. Nicholas is a great moment. I have to give it to you, but I mean that is one of the best moments all time. All right, best moments has to come with the icon, player of the decade. Kurt, let's go to you first.
I know this is a different take on it. I'm going with two players, great rivals, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Celtics-Lakers rivalry, all right? Now this is in the decade, in the 80s.
Sure.
Out of the 10 championships, Lakers-Celtics combined for 8 of them. So they're relevant. They were winning. Great rivals going against each other. When the Lakers-Celtics rivalry is great, the NBA flourishes because of it. It made basketball better. It made each other better. It made the entire organization better.
That's great and all, Kurt, and it's great that they split for, 8 championships?
In 10
How
years.
about one man on a team winning every single year of the decade except for one? I'm talking about the great one, Wayne Gretzky, who is the ultimate icon of the 80s. That's a great rivalry for the 80s, but let's face it, Celtics-Lakers was the big rivalry. Bird Magic, nice. But Wayne Gretzky, he won 4 Stanley Cups in the 80s. He won the MVP almost every year. He was the AP Athlete of the Year in '82. He was the Athlete of the Decade by the AP. He is number 5 in all-time century athletes.
Okay,
when
listen,
you think 80s, you think Wayne Gretzky.
Billy, my problem with the Wayne Gretzky pick is that Larry and Magic revitalized basketball. Okay, hockey wasn't popular in the 80s, and no one cares about hockey today. No one cares. He didn't do anything for the sport.
He transcended his sport. It wasn't about hockey. It was about Wayne Gretzky.
He played well, but hockey is...
All right, I'm cutting you off there. I'm going to give it to him on this one. I think basketball, bigger rivalry, bigger stage than hockey. I'm sorry.
Of course, no one. Come on.
All right.
Thank you.
Final topic, guys. What team do you think had the most dominant single-season performance? I'm going to go, Billy. What do you have?
I'm going with, arguably, and in my opinion, the best NFL team, not just of the 80s, of all time. The 1985 Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
This team was absolutely amazing. They outscored their opponents in the playoffs 91-10. 91-10. And those 10 points all came in the Super Bowl. Divisional and championship rounds, their opponent didn't score. This was the most amazing team you can see on a field. Plus, off the field, the Super Bowl Shuffle, one of the greatest videos you'll ever see.
One of the worst videos ever made.
That is team chemistry right there. This team just dominated everyone all season.
Billy,
one loss, saving the Dolphins' undefeated record from the '72 season.
It's all about the U, okay? The University of Miami. Oh, come on, Billy. 1987, right? They went 12-0, undefeated, won the national championship. They beat 6 teams ranked in the top 10. They were a dominant team. They had many great players, as they had convicts. And if you knew the U during the 80s, they had a lot of those, too.
I'll give you Michael Irvin as a great player on that team, but I don't think they were even the best college football team of the 80s. How about the '88 Fighting Irish the next year? Lou Holtz, another great team. I don't know about that. I know the Bears dominated. You can't totally sell me on the Hurricanes.
All right.
Christian versus convicts, my man. It's all about the U. Come on.
All right, the U's a good story, but NFL, got to go with the Bears, one of the most memorable teams of all time. Definitely a great memory from the 80s. All right, time to take a quick break, but up next, Tom will be joined by Melissa Connor and John Hill to discuss the insignificant aspects of sports. Stay tuned.